Hi David, it's Adam Dobson here from Sydney. I'm not sure if you remember, we met about a month and a half ago with yourself and Richard at the Holiday Inn in Sydney. I'd sent a couple of emails to Richard with some suggestions that I had for the entertainment system, the in-flight entertainment system, basically putting that online so that you could potentially increase your revenue base for about 38 million. By putting that online. Also spoke to Richard about the SMS service, itinerary confirmation SMS service, which is, pretty easy to implement. There's a number of platforms that already have that available. And I spoke to Richard about the dating, basically using dating as or singles matching on the aeroplanes, as well as business matching potential. I guess we met, Richard came back to me and liked those ideas, and that was his suggestion to me was that maybe I should work with Virgin, and he felt that potentially there was a spot there at Virgin, which was the basis for us having a meeting about a month and a half ago. The 20% I got out of that meeting was the agreement was that I'd meet with Mark Gilmore, which he was away for about a month, but I did actually get to meet with him last week. I guess the summary from that meeting with Richard was that he felt that he liked my questioning mind and the way I thought about things, and I guess the opportunity was to see whether there was potentially a role at Virgin for me. I met with Mark, and he works obviously within Virgin Management, which is a small team here in Sydney. They sit at the board level, as you well know. They don't really get down into the operational level of the separate businesses. In the meantime, while Mark was away, I actually spent some time. I decided to look at what Richard had said, which was that you guys weren't really interested in starting any new businesses, but you wanted to improve revenue from your existing Virgin businesses. So I decided to take the liberty to look at some of the existing Australian Virgin businesses, being the superannuation, the insurance, the home loans, etc., and also had a look at the Virgin.com site. I've been in the online space for the last 4 years, focusing on that, but obviously I've been in sales and marketing pretty much all my working life. So I had a look at it from that perspective as well as using them as specific products. What I found after looking at these three separate businesses is that I found a lot of scope to improve revenue within these businesses. When I spoke with Mark, I told him that I saw a lot of opportunity across those businesses. He said, well, maybe I should approach each individual business or approach the businesses individually around that. I guess in summary, my assessment of having a look at these businesses and the web presence and so on is that obviously Richard sitting at the top with looking at sustainability and ways to look at Virgin Fuels, and obviously fuels are a major part of the Virgin Group in terms of moving forward. So looking at ways to substitute that is obviously what he's focusing on, and obviously the Virgin management look at the brand itself, protecting the brand, the governance, and offering any kind of management support to the different companies. What I feel, or what the feeling I get, is that potentially, and I don't know if this role exists or someone is in this role, but there seems the businesses are all very kind of siloed, and in this market, which is all around getting more dollars out of existing customers, there seems to be what I felt from my research or from looking at these is that there's missing synergies between those separate businesses, and I'm not sure who's looking at an operational level across all of the businesses. I see there's a lot of cross-selling and upselling opportunities that aren't there or aren't being used, and I feel there's a lot of scope in that area. So if it was me and I was looking ways to increase the revenue within these businesses, I feel that's where I'd be focusing it on. Just individually, I looked at the Virgin Insurance. So basically, I've got a list here of, I reckon with the singles matching, there's about 19 million there. The Virgin Blue SMS service is about 5. The in-flight entertainment system, there's about $38 million there. The Virgin Super, I went through a whole process with the Virgin Super here in Australia, and Super is quite complex. It's a fairly big ticket item. I reckon there's at least $6 million worth of revenue, increased revenue in that area. Virgin have done very well at making it easy to select a product, so they've simplified that side of the process. But before someone actually goes to, yes, I'm going to join Virgin and I'm going to choose that product, there's a whole, there's probably 3 steps that I feel is missing in the whole cycle, where you build up trust with the customer, where they're actually going to feel comfortable making that switch to move to Virgin. In terms of where they're marketing that as well, I think there's a lot of areas that they could improve on, or that can be improved in terms of getting better traction. I mean, I can go into the details of all of these individually. I've got a file, fairly thick file, where I went through all these processes and using where I can, demonstrate to you where I see the improvements. For Virgin Insurance, again, I reckon there's at least a minimum of 10 to 15% improvement in that. And the Virgin Home Loans the same, and the Virgin.com site, there's a number of improvements that I found in that. And the reason that I, can sit here and say that I feel, that these are achievable things is because I've actually spent the time going through all these products. And if I look at just the insurance, the super, and the home loans, over the last 3 weeks, I've put a number of requests in, and actually I haven't been contacted back on any of them. So there immediately is, a dollar opportunity to increase conversions. There's also, I feel that there's potential nurturing and sales processes missing in this, in terms of how they're capturing leads and how they're converting those to sales. I think there's a lot of improvement in the area. So essentially, I sit here, I think if I was a business owner and someone came to me and said, I reckon I can improve your business by 40, 50 or $60 million, I'd want to spend the time to figure out, well, how do they think they can do this? Unfortunately, I've only had probably 15 minutes of your time, David, and yours, Richard, when we met in Sydney that day. I met with Mark Gilmore, but I was unable to, I didn't get him down to an operational level on where I see the improvements. His suggestion was that, well, I don't deal at that level, but I'll just pass you on to someone else. So I guess the reason for this video is that, Richard, you said you like my thinking, you like the way I question things. I think that's a great benefit of mine. I feel I have a lot of skill. The reason I'm putting this video together is that I see so much opportunity here based on my skill set, and I feel I can contribute, and whatever cost I have, it would far outweigh the revenue that I believe I can generate for the Virgin Group. So I'm not really sure of the next steps, where to go. I'd love the opportunity to present or, speak to someone who works at that operational level across the businesses, and maybe there isn't someone that's doing that, but certainly I feel that that's where there's a gap and where there's an opportunity to increase the revenue. So, like I said, if someone came to me with saying that they could improve my business by X amount, I would certainly take the time to understand how they would go about doing that. And that's, I guess what I would like is either speaking to yourself, David, or maybe it's someone else who has exposure across a number of the businesses, to show how I feel I can increase revenue within these different business units. And these are just ones that I focus on. There's obviously 200 Virgin businesses. I've only looked at some of them. And I definitely feel with my skill set, can improve considerably the revenue within these businesses, which was my understanding of what Richard is after. So I thought I'd leave it over to you, yourself and Richard, or yourself, just to get back to me and let me know, essentially what I'm trying to establish is there an opportunity with Virgin, yes or no, and if so, where and how? I think I've done enough work now where I can demonstrate where the value is. It's just whether you guys see that value or not. If there is an opportunity, great. If there's not, no problem. I'll continue on with my other stuff. So that's where I'm at, and hopefully you can get back to me and let me know your thoughts moving forward. Thanks for your time. Bye.